We're live.
Good morning.
It's another live show, and Kate is live with us again, once again. We missed you, Kate.
Thank you.
It's good to have Kate back here with us. She's going to be busy this morning. Weed Tree Bonsai is not in this morning. She's living life, which is wonderful. So for now, Kate is, I think, the only one in here with a wrench.
No, Ronald.
Oh, Ronald's in
not
too.
Here yet. No.
Oh, he's not here. So she can handle the business while we handle just having a good time and sharing this time together. You are watching a Saturday morning live show here on the Daddykirbs farm. We do this every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central. If you're watching it at any other time, this is in replay, so please leave your thumbs up and comments below so that we can catch up with you after the fact. And those of you who are here with us, the chat now on YouTube, whatever you show in chat will also show when it goes to replay. So the people who watch in replay will be able to watch and catch up with just all of the fun chat that we get to have here on Saturday mornings. So it's kind of an interesting morning. I am only sort of prepared. Does that surprise anyone? Probably not. But I didn't write any notes today. I just have several subjects that I want to throw out there and have fun, talk about. You guys are probably very interested in who wins the rake. I didn't wash this, by the way. It is still full of manure. Who wins the rake? Not this rake, but one just like it. Yours won't have manure on it until you put manure on it. Yes, I am wearing green. Apparently it's St. Patrick's Day, and I wasn't even aware. I just get up in the morning and put my shirt on. What I wanted to wear was my green stock t-shirt. It's green as well, but I couldn't find it. I think it's hidden in the laundry somewhere. But that's okay. I don't have to wear it every Saturday. I do like to represent green stock because they have been a wonderful support to the Daddykirbs farm. And now allow me to be an affiliate. So every time you use my link to view their shopping and also purchase, I get some credit for that. And you can get up to $10 off by using the coupon code Daddykirbs. So that's, it's just it's a fun relationship. They are a great company with a great product. The people are wonderful, so I like to support them as they support me. Not because they support me, but I just like to support them. So, all right, this morning we're going to just start chatting about a few projects and a few things going on here on the Daddykirbs farm. I want to start, I'm going to leave the rake comment or contest for a little later. I want to go into the show a little bit. We'll probably do the drawing for the rake somewhere around the 30-minute mark. So I will make you suffer watching my show for 30 minutes before you get to see a drawing for the rake. Did you get your coffee this morning? Are you set and ready to enjoy the next hour here in the Daddykirbs farm? The rake is a hook. That's right. Paul Otis knows me too well. All right, so we have a few people in here. I'm not going to go through and see everybody, but I can see that there are a beautiful crowd. You guys are beautiful people. Beautiful peepers.
We're a beautiful family.
A beautiful family. Do you remember that cartoon from, I think it was probably from the 80s, called Peeper? It was a guy in a trash can. I don't remember.
No,
but
I'm
anyway.
not a cartoon fan, sorry.
Actually, it was a comic strip in the Sunday paper.
Aha.
I just remember it because I thought it was pretty kind of weird and interesting and funny that there was a character. It was basically two eyeballs that just looked out of a trash can. The trash can lid was on top.
You sure that wasn't the little green guy that lives in the trash can on Sesame Street?
Oh, I liked him too. I liked him too. I like Sesame Street. Yeah, not Oscar the Grouch. No, this was a different guy. This was a Bandana Grandma is telling me that it's Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street, just as Kate suggested. But nope, this was it was a comic strip. It was just a black and white comic strip. And anyway, maybe look up Peeper. I think it was called Peeper. All right, I can see that you guys are carrying on conversation. That's wonderful. We're going to start talking about a few things. First of all, I got a new toy. I bought it on Amazon because I bought this toy because I watched a video from the Texas Boys homesteading channel that you guys are probably aware of. And Texas Dad was demonstrating a grafting tool, and it looks like this. I don't know if it's the exact same one, but I bought one on Amazon. It was 25 bucks or something like that. But I offered Texas Dad, I sent him a message and I said, would you like to do a video collaboration and come to the Daddykirbs farm with your grafting tool and do some grafting and demonstrate, and we'll share that time together on video, and you can help me with some of my trees. Well, he would have loved to do that. He told me he wanted to do that, but their family is expanding and his wife is expecting a baby, so he couldn't make that trip. I think it's a 6 or 7 hour trip for him. He's a little further up in Texas. But so I got impatient. I couldn't hold on and wait for him to come to the farm, so I decided to go ahead and just get one of these tools for myself. I see a lot of people using them, and I just wanted to see how it works. So I took it out and did a little grafting yesterday. I'll do a video on it later, but I wanted to practice with it so I didn't look completely ignorant when I did my video. I know I always look a little ignorant, but not completely ignorant. But this one is just one of those that the blade comes out there, pinches off the grafting stock, and then also the part that you're grafting, what do they call that, the scion, and you put it into, and it ends up fitting like a puzzle piece, and it works out really well. So the quality is not bad. It's plastic and metal. It's not the bestest ever because there are higher quality ones on Amazon, but I just got this one because I wanted to experiment. So that is something that you're going to see coming up in some videos soon. Well, we'll see, because lately it's been a little difficult for me to shoot and edit videos. I've been extremely busy with family and farm responsibilities and just taking care of life. I shot a video last Saturday, a week ago, of me taking care of the bees, and I've been editing that video all week, a little bit at a time, and I still am not done editing the video. I have probably another hour's worth of work to put into that, and then maybe, fingers crossed, that will get up for tomorrow, so everybody can enjoy that. Should be about a 25-minute beekeeping video. I will tell you that I learned a few things in that video, and I'm gonna just adjust so you guys can see the horse barn. I wanted to show that off this morning. Maybe the horses will show up back here. Teo and Maggie. See, I got distracted. I just distracted myself. The beekeeping video, I learned a few things, and so I get to share with you at the end of that video a little personal stuff about beekeeping and how I'm learning from that. So let's just see who's here. Now that we've been here for 8 minutes and 38 seconds, let's see who's here. Pony Vet, Pickerick, Lucrative, Paul Otis, Freaky Geek, Picker. Oh, I already said Pickerick. Let's see. Liz made it in. Liz Gore. Julianne Stark. Pony Vet, Haffy, Bandana Grandma, Elizabeth, Sapper, Gardner, JTC Homestead, DD Dreamer 1995. And lots of people, lots of chat anyway. Let's see, Sasha, Elizabeth, did I already say that? Oh, I'm not going all the way to the beginning. You guys are absolutely wonderful for being here. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Scrolling back to the end so we can carry on. I will say that the grafting tool, I found it very interesting as I was doing it. The thing that I had the most challenging time with was working with that tape. It sticks only to itself and is very slippery otherwise, So I found it very difficult to initially get that onto the branch as I was wrapping it up. I was finally successful, but it took me a few times to figure out how to get that thing lined up and ready to stick to itself. So that was kind of fun. And that came with the kit, just a roll of, it's like saran wrap.
Do you use it like silicone tape that you use in plumbing, where you just wrap it around and around and around and it sticks to itself?
Yep, that's it. It just sticks to itself. And what I did, based on Texas Dad's suggestion when I was watching his video, that I think he said he started below, wrapped it to itself, and then overlapped up, and then overlapped back down. And that's how I did it. It was just a little difficult at first getting it to stick to itself, so that because I kept slipping and it kept coming off. But it's kind of fun. It was a fun moment. Just me in the orchard hanging out with some cellophane tape. So that's kind of a fun thing that's coming up. Hopefully we can learn a little bit from each other as I demonstrate some grafting. I lost a lot in the orchard last year. I lost, Kate and I were talking before the show about the trees that we lost over the last year because the climate, the weather has been brutal. Actually, last year was extremely wet. Then this past winter was extremely cold for us here in Texas. I know some of you up north think we're silly, but it was really cold for an extended period of time. And the result was, because of the extremely wet and the extremely cold, we lost either entire trees. I lost several entire trees, but I also lost a lot of branches on the trees in the orchard. So some of my beautiful trees, like the nectarine trees, which were absolutely gorgeous, full trees, are reduced down to basically one branch that lived. And that's pretty sad to see. But hopefully we can get that to do a little better this year, and then start grafting onto it. Maybe even grafting itself from a healthy branch onto smaller branches to help build that tree structure back up. But in the meantime, we're just going to appreciate the fact that the trees didn't completely die. I did lose a moringa tree and several kaya plants or chaya plants. They're not trees, but I lost several of those, and a hibiscus, which sometimes come back in the summertime, but so far we're not seeing any life on that one, so I lost the hibiscus. And yeah, just a number of other things. Kate was talking about she had some trees, an avocado that you had been nursing.
An 8-foot avocado got killed.
That's a bummer.
Fig trees, a mango tree. I didn't lose any of my moringas. They all made it.
Good.
But I had them inside.
Oh, well, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
The one that I lost was outside in the ground. I actually thought it was going to come back, but it hasn't shown any life yet.
Yeah. And I lost a 6-foot Norfolk Island pine. Yeah. And I had that one wrapped so securely. That one and the avocado I double wrapped and put against the house so it would be protected from the north wind, and I still lost them.
Yeah. It was brutal. This winter was just tough. And not only was it cold, but then there were some days that it kind of felt like it was going to warm up. So we let our guard down a little bit. And then it got cold again, and we had several hard freezes this year. So it was a tough winter. But those things that we overwintered in the house and in the greenhouse are fine. And what I'm learning is that with the chaya and the moringa, I have to put some in the greenhouse over the winter just to ensure that I'll have something for the next year. So I don't want to lose it all. I did lose an entire loquat tree, but that was not only because of weather. It was mostly because the goats got to it and really tore it up and made it very weak.
We had a couple of requests for Luke updates.
Oh, Luke updates. Well, Luke, this week we had some pretty decent days. Considering what we had been facing, it was very good for us. He smiled more and engaged a little more in conversation. Like, funny story, Funny story. I thought it was funny, and Mama Curbs laughed in the background pretty good. Last night, I was helping him eat his chili. He doesn't always like to use his hands to pick up the spoon, so I was helping him eat his chili, and I dropped the spoon and splashed the red sauce from the chili onto my white t-shirt. And so I jumped up, went to the kitchen, rinsed off with cold water the white t-shirt, and put it over in the laundry so that hopefully it doesn't stain. Anyway, so when I came back to be with Luke again, I sat down and he looked at me real weird and he said, "Why are you naked?" I wasn't naked. It just didn't. And I looked at him, Mom laughed, and he said, "Why aren't you wearing a shirt?" And I was like, "But Luke, I splashed your food on my shirt." And he said, "I want you to wear a shirt." So,
Get dressed, Dad.
yeah, he was not interested in Dad sitting there helping him without a shirt on. I don't blame him. It was just kind of a funny moment. Let's see. Sasha asked a question. How do you heat the greenhouse? Well, my greenhouse is very small, so it doesn't take a whole lot. I have an extension cord running from the house to the greenhouse, and I'm pointing because it's right there and right there. You can see the greenhouse right there. And I have a small oil-filled electric heater. You just plug it in and turn the dial to low, medium, high, and it's a metal, basically like a metal sheet, and it has oil that runs through it, and it heats up and radiates heat, and it does a pretty good job in that greenhouse. Now, I try not to leave it on too often because I don't want to use all that electricity, but on the cold nights when I know it's going to get very cold, below freezing, then I will turn that on, and it does a pretty good job. How many beehives do I have? Pick Eric 1 asked the questions, how many beehives? So currently I have 3. I have 6 hives in the bee yard ready to go. I have 3 that are active with bees. And eventually, soon, hopefully, I will be adding 1 or 2 top bars to that, simply because I want to be as cool as Paul Otis and have some top bars. And he does a paint scheme, and he gives his hives different names. And I think it's, what is it, Paul? It's the striped hive, or hive stripe, and what's the other? Hive white? Hive white and hive stripe. Mm-hmm. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint, and this is inspired. Hold on one second. I want to show you something. I'm barefoot, so I can't walk across the yard very well. So inspired by Paul Otis and also by our cornhole bean bags, I want to do a stars and stripe top bar. I think that would be fun. And yeah, just pretty in the bee yard. Something to just have a little fun with. Yeah, another squirrel moment. That's what I do. Last night, it was funny. We were standing, there were 3 of us standing in the driveway, or 4 of us standing in the driveway, and Mama Curbs was standing in front of me, and a monarch butterfly came down and flew right over her head and gave me a beautiful view of the full wing spread. And I don't even remember what we were talking about. All I could see was that butterfly. I said, "Hey, look, monarch," and I followed it away, and my daughter laughed at me, and yeah, she made fun of me for having a squirrel moment there, or a butterfly moment. Yes, barefoot grounding as often as you can. I figured this morning while I'm sitting out here doing my show, I might as well put my feet in the dirt. All right. When I was a kid, I never wore shoes. Oh, that's from Kate.
Yeah.
I didn't either much. I wore, when I had to, I wore sandals because I like to keep
your feet open.
Keep
I
my
always
feet
wear
open.
sandals. I don't even have any closed-toe shoes. But it's been so long since I've gone barefoot outside that my feet are too tender to do it anymore.
I can't walk. The kids can just run out barefoot across the gravel driveway, and I used to do the same thing. I used to actually run on the street, and the streets we had weren't these perfectly smooth blacktop. You know, they were bumpy, and it didn't bother me. I did it clear up actually until I actually my first year of college chose to run on the track barefoot because I just liked it. And it didn't take long though after that. I started wearing shoes, my feet got tender, and now I can't hardly walk anywhere without shoes on.
Sasha says she's really lucky when her boys choose to wear underwear and shoes when they have to go to the store.
Yep, Banana Grandma says holly tree leaves are like knives when you step on them. Ouch. Yes, they are very sharp. We don't have a lot of holly here on the farm. We do have agarita, which has a holly-like leaf, but not. I know there's a place right up the road that has huge holly leaves on 1103, or the massive. They got to be 15 feet tall and 15 feet wide.
Wow.
I think they're Yopon holly, full of berries.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
The only one I've noticed going up there is the, of course, now I can't remember the name of the berry. They used to be called red berry, pyrocanthus.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of pyrocanthus at one home. Yeah, people used to think they were poisonous, but I love jelly made from the pyrocanthus.
Oh, yeah?
It tastes good, and it's the most beautiful red color you've ever seen.
I'll have to check it out. I don't think I've ever had it.
Oh, it's wonderful.
All right, there is another subject I was just reminded myself. My label is quite faded. Kate's is still hanging in there. She has still lots of green left in hers, lots of red. And so this sticker is just about done. Its job is just about done. So because my sticker is fading, a couple of things are going to happen. One, the next series of stickers will have a laminate on it. And also, my friend Mr. Doug Bowd, you guys saw him on one of my live shows, and you probably are familiar with him from the family group. Hooked up with one of his buddies who does etching and got this done for me. So this is a etched, that is actually etched in and permanent into the stainless steel. And we have two that he wanted to experiment with the different size mugs or the different size cups. So yeah, this is something new, and I decided that if there's an interest, I'm going to order a batch of these, have them made, and have them available. And so you guys can express your, I'll probably do a giveaway with these, Ronald. If you guys are interested, I think the first, the minimum size batch for me to do through the guy that did these, he's a local guy, so I'd like to support his business. I could get these made online, probably pretty inexpensive, but the guy who's doing it here local, he has the whole setup at his house, and it's not that expensive relative to, you know, buying a full retail Yeti or Arctic or something like that. So if there is an interest, I will get these made. The minimum order is 24 units, and it's going to be all the same size. Now, these are not representative of the actual sizes that I will be getting, because these were just purchased at one of the local cheap box stores, and just to practice on. But if there's an interest, I will make that order. And so I see Ronald already says
4 requests already.
Ronald says he wants a large one. So
Me too.
So you like the large size as well. So if you guys are interested in the large size, and there's enough interest, I will order 24 of those, and we'll figure out a price to make it fair for you and fair for me as well. And excuse me. And then if there's enough interest later on for smaller sizes, we'll do that too. But anyway, I thought that was kind of fun. It doesn't come in color, but it is something that's more permanent. You can represent for the next 100 years, providing we all last that long. But yeah, the stainless steel mugs, they hold temperature really well, hot and cold. Oh, look, that one still has paper in it. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's fun. Just another fun thing to do here on the farm.
We now have 6 people who said they want one.
Well, there you go. If there are 6 that are interested, then it's probably worth to go ahead and make an order of 24. Did all 6 show an interest in the large size?
So far, everyone that's come back in after you showed the sizes have said large.
Oh, okay. What is it? It's what size is that one? I don't think it says.
It doesn't.
That one's got to be at least 32 ounces.
Yeah.
Let's see if it says on the paper. Oh, this is a 30 ounce. So this size is a 30 ounce, and I think the other one is a 16 ounce. This one here, this size and brand, this is a 20 ounce. I don't know exactly the sizes.
That's a 24.
That's a 24. Let's see. Oh no, this is a 20 as well. That's not 16. I thought it was smaller. Yeah, so 20 ounce. I think that's fairly standard for these things, is 20 and 30, 32. Some of them are very big, but oh my gosh, they start looking like kegs. You know, we don't need to be carrying around kegs.
I have a friend that carries a 64 ounce one. That's a gallon.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a half a gallon.
Half a gallon.
Yeah, that's a lot of fluid.
I used to carry one that size.
Wow.
All water, and I'd drink 2 of them a day or 3 of them a day.
Yeah, that's great if it's water. If it's soda or anything else, you probably hurt yourself.
Now it would be coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably drink, on most days, 2 of these, so about 40 ounces of coffee. That's not good. Anyone that's considering getting into a coffee habit, don't drink 40 ounces of coffee a day.
I drink more than that right now.
Yeah, Sasha, I drink a lot of unsweet tea, too. That's my favorite. In Texas, that's not normal. Sweet tea is normal. Unsweet tea. When you go someplace, when you go someplace and ask for tea, and you say unsweet tea, sometimes you get funny looks.
Oh, they want to know if you're diabetic.
Me?
When you ask for unsweet tea.
Oh, right. Yeah, they want to know if you're diabetic. Yeah. Nope, I just don't like all the sugar. Good morning, Susan. All right, one more little Daddykirbs promo, and then we're going to do the rake giveaway. And this one is the normal. I have khaki and silver hats wrapped in plastic because I didn't want to get them all messed up out here this morning. I have sent out a good number of hats, and one of these hats is actually set aside because someone else has asked for a hat, and I haven't got it mailed yet. Surprise, surprise. But this is the khaki, and these are being shipped right now, $20 plus shipping, and that allows me to compensate my time and product, and then give you guys some nice, as Robert says in the family group, he calls it swag. Mm-hmm. It is Robert, right?
Yes. Kilted Gardener.
Yeah, Kilted Gardener. I get all messed up with names. So there you go, khaki and silver. Currently, I'm wearing the silver. It's a little dirty, so it looks more like khaki. And Kate is wearing the khaki hat. So you can see the difference. An aged silver and a khaki. It's kind of hard to see in the camera view. But yeah, the hats are fun.
They want us through the back.
Oh.
Shall I turn around?
The back of the hat, like this. Dun, dun, dun. I asked the company that does these if they would put daddykirbs.com or YouTube/daddykirbs or something embroidered on the back, but they don't do that. So for now, we just get the embroidery on the front. It looks really nice. I think it looks pretty nice.
Ah, Sasha's giving
Squirrel!
us the first one.
Squirrel! All right, Sasha in this morning with the first squirrel or super chat. Thank you for being such a good Daddykirbs. Excuse me, to the family. Thank you so much for being a part of the family. It is my pleasure to be here for you and with you because you guys are truly an inspiration and encouragement to me. And right now, without these live shows, my YouTube channel would be pretty barren. I have not been able to get enough videos up lately. It's been a real challenge. And in fact, this spring I've had a lot of moments where I've questioned, why am I doing this? Why do I keep doing this? Why do I even pretend that I'm a YouTuber? But I keep going because of you guys. It really is because of you guys. It's a lot of fun and a lot of encouragement to know that there are people out there that think about what's going on here. They're encouraged by this. I get so many messages, so many that it's becoming difficult to keep up, but I am trying to keep up with people saying, you inspire me, you encourage me, thank you for putting this video up and answering that question and sharing your life and all those things. And for me, I'm just a guy with a camera that's willing to put it out there, so I don't feel like it's that special, but you guys keep telling me it is, and I appreciate that. So thank you. And now that we are 30 minutes and 57 seconds in, we're going to do the giveaway for the rake. This is the Root Assassin Rake. This is the one that I did the video on last week. It is the well-built and ergonomically designed rake for scooping leaves. See the manure that's already still on there? Scooping leaves. That's an interesting angle. Scooping leaves and manure and compost and anything else that you would like to try. Light duty stuff. It's not built, I don't think, for the super heavy duty stuff. But someone in the family group posted that they actually ordered one and gave it to their mother, who went out in the yard and started raking leaves. And she looked really good out there taking care of the leaves in the yard with the rake. It looked like it was working out really well for her. So I'm really excited because it is a nice, well-built, lightweight rake that does a wonderful job scooping the manure or the leaves or anything else. It can be a great garden rake or a yard rake or a barn rake. It does a great job. So what we're going to do this morning is I have sent an Excel spreadsheet file to Kate, which she has ready to go. There's a list of 126 entries. She has a number and name, 126 long. And here on my iPad, I'm going to pull up random.org. And I already have, I'll show you, see if you can see it. I already have 1 through 126 already on there.
Paul says it's rigged, and I'm
Did we lose it?
No, it's back.
Ah, okay. Kate's back online. It's rigged. Come on, Paul. Give me a break here. All right, so we have 1 through 126. This is the best way I know how to handle a contest without being at all biased. So we're going to... Kate has the list pulled up. And I'm going to hit generate, looking at the screen here, see if I can do it. Drum roll. Who's got the drum roll? And it is number, is that 6? Number 6.
Number 6 is Dave Adkins, A-K-I-N-S. Akins or Atkins?
Dave Akins or Dave Atkins. I will send... Congratulations, Dave. I will give your name and your address to Root Assassin, the company, and they are going to send to you a rake. So congratulations. And I will say I had 127 entries. One was from out of the country, so I'm sorry I had to take your name out. But 126 people, a lot of people from Texas. And
we got a lot of leaves.
Yeah, we have a lot of leaves. And apparently, a lot of people in the we have a lot of manure. There's a lot of bull going on here in the Texas. All right, so thank you for participating. That was a lot of fun. It really was a lot of fun for me. Interestingly enough, I check stats. You guys know that I'm kind of a stats nerd on YouTube, and I like to keep an eye on what's going on. Interestingly, my audience at large does not like the giveaways. I lost a significant number of subscribers with that video, but I don't care because those who want to be here will be here, and those who don't will leave, and that's okay. But yes, I need to shave. I know that, Rob. You know, one of the things that motivates me to want to shave these days is all those gray hairs in the beard.
We can do something about that.
I could color it.
Yeah.
I could do my eyebrows and the beard.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. But yes, the giveaways and the things that I do on the channel, there was a time when I used to do a lot of, whatever I needed to do or what I felt like I needed to build the audience and to satisfy the audience. And I still do want to, but anymore, if I choose to put something up, I'm not going to care about, if people want to leave a nasty comment or unsubscribe or whatever, because that's just the way it goes. When you're a content creator, I think it's healthier just to do what you got to do what you want to do it for you. This is, sometimes I talk to the content creators. There are plenty of you who like to try to do, whether it be Steam It or Instagram or YouTube or whatever. There are ways to build an audience, and you have to pay attention to that. You have to pay attention to trends and all that. However, you got to do it for you. You got to be you and not worry so much about all of the people who want to try to guide and steer you in a certain direction, because it's not their channel. It's yours. So there you go. There's a little encouragement for those of you who have a YouTube channel or any other type of content creation online.
Paul says he colors his hair and beard gray so he doesn't have to keep it up.
Paul Otis, I color mine gray, that way later I don't have to dye it. Yes, that's a great idea. I should have started that a long time ago. I'm just now starting. Actually, I think I survived pretty well. Clear into my mid-40s before I started turning gray. That's all right.
Yeah, I started turning gray at 17.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Some people do. I know several people that are in their 30s and they're fully...
But I was blonde, so,
yeah, so
it didn't show that much.
Right.
It looked like highlights.
Yep. All right. Okay, so that was the giveaway. So, did I lose half my audience after the giveaway?
Nope. And you still have the silly ones here.
All right, good. Hey, Paul, congratulations. You are only 100 away from your 1,000 subs. That is so wonderful. Now, as a YouTube creator, getting to 1,000 is one thing. Then you have to get to that 4,000, 4,000 watch hours per 12 months. So, hopefully your watch hours are up. But yeah, continuously improve yourself for yourself. Put out a good product, and it'll grow. You're going to get there.
I'm watching him, I think I've got him up over 1,000 watch hours
hey, all right.
now.
Hey, Kate was one that helped me build my YouTube channel. She watched everything for... you went right all the way...
All the way back as far as it would let me go. I watched every single video you made. All the way back to when Luke was just almost a toddler.
He was
small.
Pretty little. So I think my first videos were done in 2008. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. 2008. And then in 2010, I did my first Daddykirbs video. It wasn't really a Daddykirbs video at the time, but it's the one that I consider to be my first video that sort of launched me into this whole creator thing, because it was one that I did about the aquaponics system in my backyard when I still lived in the suburban neighborhood. And it was one of the first videos that people actually watched, and it got me interested in, wow, so there's people that want to see this stuff. And so I did that one, and then I soon after that did one on black soldier flies, and that one was mildly successful, as well as people watching it and leaving comments. And these were people I didn't know were leaving comments on my video back in 2010. And then in 2011 we moved out here, and that's sort of where I just took off. I thought, you know what, if people are interested in watching and learning and participating in a community, then I'm going to do this. Now, I spent a lot of those first years not doing it very well, because I was a nervous wreck. I never have been really a people person. I am, even though I try to project. It takes a lot of energy for me to do this, because I am really an introvert, and it takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy for me to put myself out there and do this on camera. So initially for the first, it's been 8 years since 2010. Probably for the first 6 years of that, from 2010 to 2016, I was a very stiff, rigid, nervous person. You probably could tell that in the videos.
It was not who you are now.
Right, it's definitely different.
Yes.
So, and a lot of that was because I was always expecting things to be perfect or whatever. You know, I had a lot of pride in what I was doing, even though nothing ever looked perfect and nothing was ever really that great. But in my mind, I felt like it had to be that way. So, and I was nervous to look at a camera. Right now, I'm looking at a device. I'm looking at a cell phone propped up on a tripod with a fuzzy microphone on it. And that used to drive me nuts, looking at a camera, looking at a device, because I was so nervous, so upset with myself all the time that I wasn't getting it right. And what happens now is that I'm looking through this device at you. And I know that you're looking through your screen at me. So there's more of a human connection. And once I discovered that, it actually made me more nervous. It did. Because there was a time when I thought, oh no, there's people. And when I first started feeling this way, it was 2016, somewhere late 2016. And I had, 15 or 16,000 subscribers. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Somewhere in the mid-teens, thousands. So when I had the realization that I'm not looking at a camera, I'm looking at an audience of 15,000 people, that made me extremely, extremely nervous. Right now I'm looking at an audience of 41 people, and I can tell you guys are all beautiful. You guys are wonderful. Now eventually this video will go to replay, and we'll get 600, 700, 800, maybe if I'm lucky 1,000 views. My live shows only get generally about 800 views, and so that's going to be an audience of maybe 800 people that's going to be looking at me, and that made me a nervous wreck for the longest time. But once I started focusing not so much on the number of people that will be seeing this, I started focusing on the people. There are several of you, Kate included, that connected with me on a personal, human level, and started sharing stories. So I'm talking to you. So now I'm talking to a few individuals. Really, I'm talking to everybody, but there are some people that just have made it easier for me to be more comfortable in front of this device talking to a broader audience. And I truly appreciate those of you who have shared your stories with me, and just let me know that I am important and that I am an encouragement. One of the reasons that I really, truly want to share my story is because you guys have shared your story, and you have made me feel important and valuable. And I would love to do the same for others. So when Kate started doing Steam It, and I encouraged her to share her story, because she has a lot to offer. You guys have no idea how much is in that head. She has a lot of knowledge and a lot of things to share. Same with Dave. Dave, her husband, has a lot of things to share about birds in particular. He loves birds. Yes. And to be able to share that, there are other people that want to know that. There are other people that want to connect with that. And so when people like Kate and some of you who have shared with me on a human level made me feel important, I want to do the same. Doug is another one. Doug came around, and we're friends now. And Doug has his Steam It post, and one of his Steam It posts this past week did really, really well. Yes. Shared his suburban homestead, and he is now learning to be a little more open, and he gives me credit for that. It's not really me. All I'm doing is saying, go Doug, you can do this. And I'm telling all of you, for example, I'm looking at the screen right now, go Food Forest Permaculture, you can do this. You can do it. Those of you, Paul Otis, you can do it. All of those who have a channel, Liz Gore, a young lady, a teenager, who has amazing skills and talents. She came around a couple years ago. I think one of the first times that I really connected with Liz was at the farm day that we had here on the farm. And she makes amazing pies and cookies and cakes and things. She is a really talented young lady. She also does knitting and crochet, or whatever it is you do with yarn. Sorry, Liz. And so now she's sharing her story. Maybe she was already, but she's sharing beautiful pictures of what she does with the baked goods and homemade clothing on Steema and Instagram. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. And it makes me feel like, you know, we really are learning from each other. We really are building a community. I love knowing that my simple story, I'm just a guy with a camera, with a farm, sharing what I do, and it makes me feel like, you know, we can do this. We can all do this. We can all learn from each other. We can all become better people, more loving people, because we understand each other by sharing each other's story. So there you go. I went on, what was that, a 10-minute little rant there?
Yeah.
Wow.
We had a question on whether or not we're going to do another farm days.
Another farm day. I'll tell you, the farm day thing, I want to do a farm day. My goal initially was to do one in the spring, one in the fall every year. We're going to blame that one on Espen.
Paulo just said
He
Espen.
said Espen. Espen must have woke up.
There we go.
Hopefully Espen's watching my video so I can say, get offline. All right. Yes, everyone has a story, and every story counts. Every story matters. All right, so are we going to have a farm day again? Like I started to say before we went, we dropped offline. Every spring and every fall was my original goal of doing a farm day. I want to do a farm day spring, farm day fall every year, but this past year has been extremely difficult with us because of Luke's challenges. So it didn't happen, and it probably won't happen for a while. If we do it again, yeah, it's going to be a special circumstance. I don't even know how we would do that, because right now, getting out here and getting the farm stuff done is enough of a chore. Getting it recorded is another level of chore. Getting it edited and put online. So we put a lot of work into doing that farm day. And even though it was a lot of fun, and I love knowing that we did it, I love knowing that we connected. People still talk about it in town. I still bump into people in town where they say, oh yeah, you did that farm day and that was so fun. The kids had a great time. We love being out there. And I wish that I could have made that something that was going to be a normal occurrence. But, you know, life is what it is, and we just didn't get it done. So that's okay. I say it's okay. All right, what else do we have? We have, yeah, the farm actually can be a full-time job. What we have going on here is a lot of work. It's fun. We love what we do. But like, for example, the barn back here holding 2 horses is turning into more. One horse seemed like not that big a deal, but when we added the second horse, it seems more than doubled. It's multiplied. So there's a lot more effort in that. It's still all something that we want to do, but it is effort. You have to realize, you have to take into, you have to assess what it is that you do and how much effort and how much money it takes, so that you can make sure that you can continue affording the time and the money to do the projects. There are several projects around the farm that we're realizing are maybe a little more work or a little more money than we can handle. So we're adjusting our hopes and dreams and our efforts here on the farm to make sure that we don't get into a situation where we're exhausting ourselves, either, you know, emotionally, physically, or with our finances.
Ronald says you have to love what you do.
You have to love what you do. Is that a song, Ronald? Are you singing to me? It is true, though. You do have to love what you do. Otherwise, you need to figure out something else. You need to figure out what it is that you love so that you can appreciate every moment. Sometimes you just have to do what you do until you can do what you love to do. But zipping up so I don't drop my tools on the ground.
Right.
All right, let's see. More bees. Yes. I plan on getting 6 to 8 hives active in the bee yard, and that's all I think that I will ever have. I don't think I will ever have more than 8. I will always shoot for a minimum of 6. And, you know, the winters, a lot of times the winters will take a hive or 2 out, and you'll have to rebuild in the spring. But yeah, the goal is to have 6 to 8 hives at all time. The goal for me right now is to have 6 Langstroth hives, which is just the boxes, and 2 of the top bar hives, like Paul Otis, the Stars and the Stripes. Remember that? You can't see Kate. Sorry, I keep adjusting because I was showing the barn over here. There's Kate.
That's okay. You don't need to see me. You can look at the words. I'm there.
All right. So just as a reminder, if you are interested in supporting the Daddykirbs farm in any way, I can tell you a few ways. One, if you want to buy the Greenstock Gardens, look at the description of any video, any recent video, for the link to the Greenstock Gardens, because I will get... What's that?
I'm putting one up.
Oh, okay. So she's going to put the link up. Greenstock Gardens has blessed me with the ability to be an affiliate, so I will get 10% of your purchase. And if you use my Daddykirbs coupon code, you will get up to $10 off of your purchase. That's one way to support the farm. Another way is Patreon. I have a wonderful group of people on Patreon that support me every month with anywhere from $1 up to $75. I have one person that gives me $75 a month, which is amazing and crazy. I can't believe she does that. And I have let her know in a message that you don't have to do that. But she chooses to because she has a heart to give and she appreciates what we do here on the farm. So that's another way. Greenstock Gardens, Patreon. If you choose to purchase the hats or the cups, you will give me a few dollars because I will build a few dollars into that to just help me, first of all, make that worth my time. Something that I can do for you and you can do for me. So that's one way, the mugs and the hats. And right now I don't have anything fancy on my daddykirbs.com site. Someday I hope to. So you'll have to contact me through my email or through Facebook message or however you typically contact me, and we'll arrange getting a mug or a hat out to you. And how else? Steam It. If you're on Steam It, give my post. I didn't post yesterday. I haven't missed very often, but I didn't post yesterday. Wow. But any of my posts, if you're on Steam It, give me a not a thumbs up, a upvote.
Yeah. That's
one way to help.
Or a comment. Or
a comment. That's always helpful as well. I am more blessed by the community support than the financial support. But the only reason I'm talking about this part of it is because there are some people who truly want to know how to support the efforts on the farm. Because especially when people learn that I don't do this full-time. I am still a full-time graphic designer at a company here in San Antonio, and then I do all of this on the evenings and weekends. That's one of the reasons I find it very difficult to get a lot done, because I do about 10 hours a day between commute and work, and then I come home and try to help out with taking care of Luke, taking care of the farm, and doing the content creation. So for those of you who want to help take that to the next level, meaning that someday, maybe, if it's in the plans, what do you got?
As long as Bitcoins keep growing.
Yeah, if it grows. Got a helicopter flying over. I don't like talking over loud noises.
Warren Turns in Florida wants to know if you have a chipper or shredder.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was paying attention to the helicopter. That was a news helicopter. Everybody wants to check out the farm. I know how it is. Apparently they didn't want to check it out for very long because they flew right over. I do not have a chipper or a shredder. Funny story. I bought a chipper. This was 6 years ago when we first moved out to the farm. I immediately saw a need for a chipper. And I went and bought one. I can't even remember where I bought it. One of the big stores. And I brought it home and I started using it. I wasn't abusing it. I was just using it, just with the size of material it said it could handle. And it broke within an hour. I took it back, and I think it was $600, and it was a huge expense at that time. We were not making very much money at all. And so I took it back, and I chose to not buy another one because I was afraid to invest any more money in something else that would break again. So up to this point, we do not have a chipper or a shredder. So a lot of the big branches and things I have either piled up to break down naturally over time, or there was one year, a couple years ago, when we had a massive pile of brush in the back, and I rented a shredder, a big shredder, and took care of that pile. So that was one way to take care of that. I don't like doing that really, though, because the longer you store those big piles, the more rats and snakes that you draw to the property. But yeah, I need a chipper shredder, or I don't need. I've managed without it.
Electric, we've been asked, the one you bought.
Oh, the one I bought was gas. And it seemed to be a pretty decent model. It was mostly metal. Yeah, I don't know. It was one of those, I think it was one that would take up to 3-inch diameter branches. And it operated fine, but what broke about it was that as I was putting stuff in, it has that blade that throws stuff around. And one of the branches went in, chipped off a big piece of branch, and it slammed into the side of the case where that blade is, and it broke, and it came open. That didn't seem very good. So the chip pile attracts termites. Yes, it does, and that's why I don't store them close to the house. I do live in.
Get rid of mine then.
Yeah. Well, is it too close to the house?
It's within 100 yards.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay. I got 5 big piles.
Yeah, I have found that the termites, and in my mind, I don't know if this is scientifically proven, but if the termites have something to go to that's easy, that's got ground contact out away from the house, that's where they want to be. And they actually do a service. They do break down the pile. Termites have a purpose. They have no purpose in my house. Right. But in a wood pile that's away from the house, they do a good service. Sandy, you just logged in. We got 2 minutes left. A quick hello. Hello, Sandy. Good morning. Good to see you. All right. I think we're just about done. Yep. That was a good show, Kate.
Yes, it was.
Thanks for being with me.
You're welcome. I enjoyed being here.
Yes. It's been too many weeks. Too many weeks.
But I'm down to nothing but a strap brace now.
There
so
you go.
I'm getting better.
Awesome.
Yes.
Here's to healing.
I'll drink to that.
Very good. You guys are beautiful and wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me here on the Daddykirbs farm. It is truly a pleasure to share my story with you and to hear your story as well. We can learn from each other. We can learn to love from each other. We can learn to be better people by communicating and understanding each other. Thank you so much. Again, I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.